The Glory season 1 is kind of like a kindergarten level King of Pigs, if anybody has ever watched that drama. It's not as brutal, and it's not trying to be too brutal, I guess, but it still does what it's doing well. Hi guys, welcome to the Dramasology Podcast. In this episode, I cover The Glory season 1. So I am watching, I just finished watching this drama like a few minutes ago, and I was like, you know what, I'm going to do a quick review about this drama because I actually really enjoyed it. It was very easy to watch. I did not think I would watch it that quickly because I usually stay away from revenge, like anything that has to do with like school violence and things like that. I kind of stay away from that because I kind of want to avoid that aspect of the drama. But for this, I was just like, you know what, it's Song Hye-kyo, I'll check it out. It can't be that bad. And it was very, very easy to watch. I breezed through the first 8 episodes quickly, which is unfortunate because I heard that season 2 isn't coming out till next year, March. Netflix, they've really got that seasonal thing going on. So, we no longer have dramas that are just coming out like as a whole. Everything is being split into 2 or 3 seasons these days. But yeah, The Glory stars Song Hye-kyo as a victim of school violence that is basically seeking revenge on her bullies by taking up a job as the homeroom teacher at the elementary school of the bullies child. So Lim Ji-yeon stars as Park Yeon-jin, who is like the main culprit, the main perpetrator behind the bullying and the school violence. And so all this is basically surrounding her taking revenge against this lady that basically has a perfect life even after all the awful things she's done. She's married to a rich guy and she has a cute kid, has a good job, and everything seems great and right with her, whereas her victims are kind of left behind. And so Song Hye-kyo's character is basically trying to take revenge for the violence and the school bullying that she's gone through in when they were in high school. Now, I have to say that I really enjoyed Song Hye-kyo's performance in this. And I really, really hope that the revenge ends on a high note because, this first 8 episodes are great because it's kind of an introduction to like a prepping of the revenge to come because it's not really going deep into the revenge yet. And I hope that it does and doesn't just like stay on that flat level. Like this first 8 episodes were kind of flat in that way. They were still good, but they were not knee deep into the revenge or anything. And it's unfortunate because the way the drama is setting it up to be, it seems that her character is not going to have a happy ending at the end because she's most likely going to commit an actual crime, most likely, and there won't be redemption for her character. But you never know, they might decide because, Do-hyun's character seems like somebody that they've set him up to be a helper and also a love interest. So maybe they'll give her like a good ending at the end where she ends up with Do-hyun somewhere on like a beach or something. You know how they end like revenge dramas like that. So I hope so because I feel like she really, really deserves a happy ending, and her life should not be ruined because of what she's about to do, and because of basically our perpetrators. She also has a sidekick in this drama played by Yeom-hee-ran, who is one of the characters from The Uncanny Counter, and she's also very great in this. I didn't think that her character was going to, become so relevant, but maybe I should have because she's a very well-known actress. So, our character becomes like this kind of companion for our female lead that, stays with her and is kind of in there with her and understands why she's doing what actually, a lot of characters like she's met along the way kind of have understood what she's about to do. For example, the nurse from her school when she was in high school, we also meet her and she's like, everybody seems to understand why she needs to do what she's doing. Which I don't know if I'm shocked by that, but I think it's good because I think they'll understand that there is no other way for our perpetrators to pay. So yeah, Yeom-hee-ran's character plays a kind of sidekick that once her husband dead for domestic violence and has kind of become like a friend and companion for our female lead. Then, like I said, Do-hyun plays like a kind of love interest, but also somebody that understands what she wants to do, which is interesting because when he first mentions that he's okay with whatever she's doing and like what should he do for her, like who should he kill first for her, I was kind of like, that's quick. Like, why was it so quick for you to be on board with like all these nefarious things she's about to crimes that she's about to commit? But then we find out that like his dad has been killed by this crazy guy, and I mean, he's been jailed and everything, but it's from that part of him that he kind of understands why she needs to do what he's doing. Because I think he's kind of living vicariously through her, because even though his father's murderer is in jail, right? We see that in the scene where his mom goes to jail to visit the murderer, and also from the letters the murderer sends to him, we see that the perpetrator hasn't been adequately punished, right? He's still kind of living well. Like, he mentions that, yeah, he's only sending those letters because he's bored, and he kind of wants Do-hyun to live in hell. So there's no real repentance from the prisoner or from the perpetrator, even though he's in jail now. And so that's, I guess, the sense of like the law, even though the law might be on your side, like it was in Do-hyun's case, right? It still isn't a satisfying revenge for those that are victims of the crime, right? So I think that's why he's okay with helping Song Hye-kyo's character, Do-hyun, do what she's about to do, right? Or else it wouldn't have made sense why he was. Like, if they had tried to push it as him being in love with her and that's why he wants to do what he's doing for her, like, I wouldn't have bought it as much as I buy the fact that he also wants to kind of kill. Like, we see that sequence in his mind that he stabs the murderer in the neck and he's watching the guy bleed to death, and it's that feeling he has, and so that's why he's willing to help Song Hye-kyo to kind of fulfill our revenge. I have to say that I don't know if I'm bought by the reason the murderer killed Do-hyun's dad. Like, I'm not sure. Like, I feel like there's more to that story, in the sense that why did the perpetrator target his father? Like, what was the reason, right? And they don't really go into that. They just, like, for example, like when the mom goes to see the perpetrator in jail, he says that, so is your son living in hell? It's like there's a sense of he's doing it specifically to Do-hyun, like for him to feel like he's in hell. And so I'm not sure if there's a special reason why the murderer went for Do-hyun's dad, right? Rather than just any random person. Because I don't think he's a serial killer, a psychopath like that. I think there's a specific reason, and they've not yet mentioned that. So maybe in season 2 that we air in March, maybe they'll give us more like information about why that is. But moving on, Lim Ji-yeon plays Yeonjin, who is, I would say she's our female lead, like prophesied god. Like, our female lead almost worships or reveres Yeonjin with the letters like she's been writing to her. Like, all our thought process, right, is a letter basically to this girl, this basically a sociopath, Yeonjin, right, that bullied her through high school. And I have to say, Lim Ji-yeon plays a very good crazy, like mentally deranged girl, because even to herself, I can tell that she's very harsh, in the sense that there's a scene where they keep, not once or even twice, but often they keep showing the scene with her leg and the fact that she has an injury on her leg that isn't healing. Almost, and like she's giving herself an injury that she's making sure isn't healing. So, right, she's punishing herself in some way. It's maybe in this way a lot of people that are going through a lot of psychological stress, like, will cut themselves or something like that, right? So she herself is not very normal. Like, you can tell in some scenes that even like the scene where Jejun is strangling her, for example, right? He strangles her to the point where she almost dies, and when he finally releases her, the first thing she says is like, oh, you have to be careful. What if I like bust a person in my eye? Then I won't be able to go on air. Like, she's very, things that should matter to her are not things that are not what matters, right? The only thing I would say that she really cares about is her daughter. Also her husband. She says she loves her husband, but I don't believe her. Like, I don't think she loves her husband, but I do think she loves her daughter, right? And so she's also not mentally stable, right? And so it was interesting to just watch her performance, because I really want to see her fall. It's unfortunate because that, like, it's a younger version that plays her, right? And so the feeling is not as strong, although the character, like Lim Ji-yeon, plays a very good, like, adult version that makes me also hate her, because like when she smiles, I dislike her so much. But I'm good. I'm happy with her performance. And I do have to say, like, on those younger, like, version, like the younger actors that played the high school versions of everybody, oh my god, those scenes were actually very difficult to watch, because I can't stand bullying scenes like that. They are very, very hard to watch. It's still why till this day, even though I know what the plot of King of Pigs is, I still haven't watched it, because I've heard it's like really, really bad gore and school violence scenes. But I managed to get through this one, and yeah, they were hard to watch, and I can only imagine if it's hard for me to watch, I can only imagine how it feels for somebody that has to go through it, right? And so that's in a way why Song Hye-kyo's character is very easy to relate with. Like, there's about nothing that, like, for example, the stewardess girl, that's the bully, like the bully among them, that's the stewardess. She comes and she kneels and begs Song Hye-kyo that, you know, she's sorry for what she did, and, you know, it's when they were young, blah 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 blah. And I'm like to the point where you give somebody that much scars from burns, like, you can't just say sorry about something like that, right? And so I am able to relate with Song Hye-kyo's character because of just how bad the bullying was, right? And it really got to me because even in this scene in episode 7, when like Song Hye-kyo's character finally speaks to Jae-jun, right, who is like the guy bully, the main guy bully, right? That scene actually, like, I felt pure disgust in that scene because just the whole sequence of that and his behavior and his character, like in that scene, I was just like, I was like, I really want this scene to end because I could feel like chills were running down my back. He's a very good actor, and he and Song Hye-kyo really play a very good performance. He put on a very good performance because I was very disgusted with him, and I could feel our fear and our pain and our trauma, and having to confront somebody that has done something like that to her it could not have been an easy task for her. And, you know, so yeah, the bullying, even in the adult version, right, it's still very difficult to watch, honestly. And so yeah, I'm like waiting, like I want his own too to be really bad. Like, I know Yeonjin is going to, like, she's going to get it really bad, but I also want Jae-jun to like get it really bad. Like, I need him to like end up like in jail or something. Like, okay, maybe not jail, because like we've seen with the murderer of Do-hyun, like Do-hyun's dad's murderer, like obviously jail is almost like a blessing for them. But I want him to, where it hurts, I want him to hurt where it hurts. And it's funny because I can tell Jae-jun actually loves Yeonjin, which is like messed up as well, but maybe like people like that can fall in love as well. And, you know, I don't know how what's going to hurt him the most, but I want him to be hurt. I have to say that I do feel like really, really bad for Yeonjin's daughter. Like, she's actually the one I feel the like most pity for, because she can't end well. First of all, they found out that her dad is not her dad, and her mom is obviously crazy, and her real dad is also crazy. So, I mean, only God can really save that girl, because honestly, she does not have good people around her, you know. And actually, the best thing that will, you know, work for her is to remain with her father, like her Do-young, right? Because he's actually kind of decent as opposed to her mom and her actual biological father. But honestly, I don't think her character, like, if I was to like be like, okay, let's see where she is in 20 years, I don't think she's going to be a good person. She'll be a lot like her mom. But yeah, moving on to Yeonjin's husband. Oh my god. I've never seen a finer man. Like, in this drama, he's so hot. Like, he's very, very interesting to watch, because there's just something about him, and there's something about his chemistry with Song Hye-kyo that just works. Like, he's eye candy at this point, right? Like, the chemistry he has with Song Hye-kyo, right? He's pure fire. Like, the scene where he meets her for the first time to when he's like, I think he's like in his house recalling like her gameplay, and then to him going back to the Baduk hall to go and see if she's there, to him actually playing with her and talking to her. There's just this, like, the chemistry is amazing. Like, it's sizzling. I did not think Song Hye-kyo could have this much chemistry with another actor, but the actor that plays Do-young, oh my god. I mean, honestly, I hope he dumps his wife and sides with Song Hye-kyo's character, because I actually want to see him fight with Do-hyun for affection, because, I mean, there's something about him. He seems so in control, so well put together, that I want to see him lose control. Like, there's something about him that's just, I loved watching him on screen. It's funny because I was thinking that if he was the one that was casted as the husband in Eve, for those that have watched the drama Eve that has Soyeji in it, I would, if he was the one casted as the husband, I would have not rooted for the female, like, second male lead in that drama, because oh my god, there's just something about him, and he's my pick for this drama. Like, Idoyan's character, they don't give me enough screen time for me to like him so much. Like, Idoyan's character is great, but I don't know, it's not working for me as much as Do-young, like Yeonjin's husband. And oh my god, I don't know. Like, I'm going to now go and look for all the dramas he's been in and go and watch everything because there's just something about him in this drama that, you know, I want to see more of. And so I'm looking forward to season 2. Netflix strikes again, you know, they splitting the drama into two, which is just odd. Like, it's, I don't know, like, they've been doing this so much that it's beginning to piss me off, honestly. You know, I know they're trying to keep subscribers and stuff like that, but like, it's so annoying, right? Because it should just, like, I should be able to watch this in one go and be done with it. But thankfully, it wasn't pre-produced, like, separately. Like, it's one production that they've finished the production, and so the story should remain the same. There won't be any changes in, like, characters or anything like that. So I should not have a problem, like, continuing, like, the feeling I have with the drama. So yeah, that's really it for this drama. I really enjoyed it. It was so easy to watch, and I loved Song Hye-kyo's character in this. I look forward to seeing season 2 as well. Yeah, so thank you guys so much for watching. You can follow me at facebook.com/dramasology. My website is dramasology.com. I'm on all major platforms if you want to, like, send me a message or anything. Yeah, so thank you guys so much for listening. Bye bye.